It only takes one successful attack, to be able to disrupt your company. And there's thousands of attempts made every day. Hi, my name is Michael Francisco, co-founder and CTO of Quantea, and welcome to our channel. So our channel, we're going to be talking about the state of network technology and also how to position your company to have the best posture when it comes to security and network issues. The velocity, volume, and variety of data is increasing. So right now, there's a lot more companies dependent on high volume of data, especially with regards to AI. So being able to record, analyze, and also audit the data that's going around your network is pretty much key. So the key is being able to search the data, not only being able to capture it, but being able to pretty much find the needle in the haystack. It became clear over time that we see that a lot of enterprise companies are struggling to get the right data. When it comes to incidents, recovering from critical attacks, for example, or if there is any data loss. So a lot of companies struggle to find the right data in order to solve their problems. And also another thing is, in some cases, there's a lot of conflicting information. And where we start from is we're pretty much one of the sources of truth, for information. And being able to get a summary and a full audit is pretty much key. We started as a storage company, and we provide high velocity, high volume of storage, and we found the perfect use case, which is networking. So being able to record network data, application data, you name it. We pretty much do it best. Yeah. So guesswork is costly because you have multiple teams trying to solve the same problem. And in some cases, they end up with different conclusions. And that results in finger pointing and also wasted cycles between teams. If you have the right information that everyone shares, it's a lot easier to come up with the same conclusion and move on to a resolution. That's pretty much a common theme amongst this industry. At Quantea, what we do and our goal is to prevent a lot of the finger pointing that's happening between teams. For example, if an issue happens, a applications team would finger point to a network team saying that that's the issue, but the data would say otherwise. And our goal is to get to that data quickly and being able to provide all the teams, whether it's application security or networking, a way to find the right evidence. When teams are able to access the exact moment of incident, they can not only see the summary of what it might happen, but also they would see the full evidence. So how the incident would transpire from the very beginning, even before the incident. In addition, be able to see what type of information was been taken let's say if it's someone stealing documents or someone stealing proprietary information. We could also show the user what's been extracted and what's been revealed. Show a full audit of the whole event. And in addition, we can come from multiple vantage points. It could be from a cybersecurity angle, could be from an applications angle, could be from a networking angle. So we can provide that level of data to the customer. Some use cases, for example, pinpointing the root causes of DDoS attacks, and also being able to find, whether it's actually like an application or a bot doing it, where does it reside? It could be in the cloud, it could be on a hybrid server. So another thing is also we help migration projects. So large data center migration projects, being able to perform a full audit of the network, seeing all the different network assets, and essentially doing a whole performance and security tests to see if there's any sort of weaknesses in the network. Quantea collects petabytes of data per day across different companies. And many of these organizations leverage AI to be able to look into our data and create recommendations on how to resolve certain issues. And of course, before taking action, it usually will require someone with expertise to be able to look at the summary and make decision on whether to perform it. being able to secure your data, your network is pretty much the business. So let's say if a company is not compliant because they're not monitoring, they're not auditing the data that's going across their network, then that will cause some issues with their customers. There will be a bit of a loss in trust. In addition, there are several laws that then these companies need to be compliant at a certain level to provide that type of service. For growing companies that have a growing need of data and also networking, is to look at some of the compliance guidelines for your industry, and also be able to get a full audit of your network and have a good amount of recording of the network on what's happening. Because every single cybersecurity incident, would need to be recorded. So if you have the right information in a timely manner, let's say you want to have the right information at that time, then you'll be in much better shape compared to if you don't have it. The question that organizational leaders should have is, one, are we collecting the right data? And also, are we collecting enough of it? And in addition, are we able to get the right data when the incident happens? So being able to have those abilities will pretty much key to ensuring success. One advice that we have as an organization for other organizations that are transitioning into operating AI infrastructure is to be able to see beyond the black box that a lot of these AI infrastructures present. Being able to have the right tools and the right monitoring tools, the visibility tools, to be able to keep track of the network traffic. But also now you have to think about agents as well. So AI agents, they can go into different services, access different gateways, and you want to be able to have the ability to monitor their activity as well, because those are going at pretty much machine speed. We want people to understand Quantea not just as a technology company, but also as a way to be able to achieve greater success. Because a lot of things that are happening, for example, cybersecurity attacks, network issues, can be a hindrance in the success of a company. For example, if you're a startup company and you got a breach, you're in the news, then that'll impact your business. So we want people to understand that Quantea is out there to support many of these companies and to ensure that a lot of their network operations are stable and secure. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more, please subscribe.